Hola, 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 hola. Bienvenidos al podcast Slow Spanish Language Podcast. Y hoy vamos a hacer un cuento. Yes, guys, today is not a song, it's not a poem. It's a very short story. A tale, a fairy tale maybe. I don't know how you want to call it. Yes, es sobre un perro muy hambriento. Yes, the story of today, guys. The name is El Perro y su Reflejo. And we are going to do that together. Remember that the text is in the description of this episode. Yes, we are going to translate. First, we are going to read, of course, in Spanish. Then we are going to translate and explain. Very cool story to practice Spanish with a very interesting ending. And remember that you can support me on PayPal and buy me a coffee. The links are in the description of this episode. And thank you for donation and support on PayPal and buy me a coffee. And let's start with the story of today, guys. Very long time. In fact, it's not the first time that we do this kind of stories in this podcast. So let's read the story. El Perro y su Reflejo. Un perro muy hambriento caminaba de aquí para allá buscando algo para comer, hasta que un carnicero le tiró un hueso. Llevando el hueso en el hocico, tuvo que cruzar un río. Al mirar su reflejo en el agua, creyó ver otro perro con un hueso más grande que el suyo. Así que intentó arrebatárselo de un solo mordisco. Pero cuando abrió el hocico, el hueso que llevaba cayó al río y se lo llevó la corriente. Muy triste quedó aquel perro al darse cuenta de que había soltado algo que era real por perseguir lo que solo era un reflejo. Guys, very interesting short story, yes? But let's translate now and explain the meaning in English. Very interesting. The first part, the name of the story is El Perro y su Reflejo. So, perro, of course you know this word. One of the most popular words in Spanish, the dog. El perro, the dog, y su reflejo, his reflection. Reflejo is reflection, yeah, in the mirror or in the water. In this case, in the water. Reflection. Un perro muy hambriento is a very hungry dog. So, hambriento in Spanish is hungry. Caminaba de aquí para allá. Wandered back and forth. Caminaba de aquí para allá. You can translate like wandered back and forth, like walking there and here. Aquí, here, allá, there. And then buscando algo para comer. Looking for something to eat. So, buscando is looking, searching. Algo is something. Para comer, to eat. Comer, eat. And then, hasta que un carnicero le tiró un hueso. Until a butcher threw him a bone. Hasta, until. Carnicero, butcher. The person who worked cutting meat. Something like that, yes. Le tiró un hueso. So, threw him. Tirar is to throw. Un hueso, bone. And then, llevando el hueso en el hocico, carrying the bone in his mouth. Okay, here llevando is carrying. It can be taking, it can be carrying, but it sounds better carrying in Spanish. Yeah, but it sounds better in English like carry. It's carrying the bone in his mouth. But, okay, hueso is bone, hocico is nose. but let's say in his mouth. In fact, they say en el hocico, but it can be in his mouth also. La boca, hocico, boca. Let's call it like that. Tuvo que cruzar un río. He had to cross a river. The dog has to cross the river. So, cruzar is to cross. Río is river. Al mirar su reflejo, looking at his reflection, al mirar su reflejo en el agua, looking at his reflection in the water, reflejo again, guys, agua is water, creyó ver a otro perro con un hueso más grande que el suyo. He thought he saw another dog with a bigger bone than his own, that is its own. And creyó is believe, like maybe he believe, or maybe like thinking, it can be thinking, it can be believe, creer. Ver a otro perro, see or saw, yes, another dog. Otro perro con un hueso más grande, with a bigger bone, grande, bigger, más grande, bigger, que el suyo, than his own, que el suyo, than his own. Así que intentó arrebatárselo de un solo mordisco. So he tried to snatch it away in one bite. Intentar is to try. Arrebatárselo is like to snatch it away, like maybe take it away from someone, from another person, from another dog, yes. To take away can be translated or snatched away. Un mordisco, un solo mordisco is in one bite. Mordisco is bite, solo is one in this context, okay? Pero cuando abrió el hocico, but when he opened his mouth, like I said before, hocico can be nose, but we can call it also the mouth of the dog. Pero cuando abrió, but when he opened it, cuando abrió, when he opened it, el hocico, el hueso que llevaba cayó al río. The bone that he was carrying fell into the river. So the bone is el hueso, llevaba, carrying again. Cayó is fell, to fall, caer. Río, river, y se lo llevó la corriente. And was carried away by the current. So corriente is the current, yes, of the river. Muy triste quedó aquel perro al darse cuenta. The dog was very sad when he realized. So, very sad, muy triste. Quedó aquel perro. So, he was very sad when he realized. So, he was very sad when he realized. Realize in Spanish is darse cuenta. Ya, yo me doy cuenta. I realize. Había soltado algo que era real. So, he had let go of something real. Había soltado, had let go, algo real, something real. Por perseguir lo que era solo un reflejo. To chase after what was only a reflection. Perseguir is to chase. To chase. Maybe to follow, but more like to chase. Lo que era solo un reflejo. That was only a reflection. That was only a reflection. Yes. Very interesting story. And let's try to read the story again in Spanish. Un perro muy hambriento caminaba de aquí para allá buscando algo para comer hasta que un carnicero le tiró un hueso. Llevando el hueso en el hocico, tuvo que cruzar un río. Al mirar su reflejo en el agua, creyó ver a otro perro con un hueso más grande que el suyo. Así que intentó arrebatárselo de un solo mordisco. Pero cuando abrió el hocico, el hueso que llevaba cayó al río y se lo llevó la corriente. Muy triste quedó aquel perro al darse cuenta de que había soltado algo que era real por perseguir lo que era solo un reflejo. Very cool story today, guys. If you want to listen more stories, not only songs, poems, proverbs, and those kind of things, just let me know in the comments. Yeah, you can write me on Telegram or Discord, or let me a comment on Spotify or also Apple Podcasts, and also reviews. You can let reviews there for this podcast so other people can find for recommendations. Guys, the story is very interesting. So the moral is that value what you have and don't lose it by envy others. Yes. So you can support this podcast. You can donate something in PayPal and buy me a coffee. The links are in the description. See you in the next episode. Thank you very much for listening. Nos vemos. Gracias por escuchar. Hasta la próxima, cuídense y recuerden, valora lo que tienes y no lo pierdas por envidiar a los demás. Hasta la vista.